Hi guys.
Welcome back! It's Sunday. Today is Sunday to you, but it's actually a Wednesday. Movie magic. We are going to be working on the OnXing truck. We're going to be putting on our BDS 5-inch suspension lift that our friend Kevin at Powder Stream Coatings completely sandblasted and powder coated candy blue. We're going to show you that here in a minute because it's all over there on a pallet and it's wrapped up, and we're going to unwrap it and then we're going to lay it on blankets. But we've got our 37-inch BFG all-terrains. We've got our Method something or another wheels that we've had powder coated from Kevin. Brand new GM TPMS sensors that are going in it. We have our Fox 2.5-inch with reservoir shocks. We have our rugged radios. We have our Warn Industry Xeon 12S. Now this is gonna go on a winch plate that goes in our back receiver because they don't make a bumper for the front yet. And we also have a Dometic fridge that we're gonna be putting in the back of this truck. This thing, super, super cool. You plug it in, keeps your drinks cold. Hillbilly's gonna love this. We got a handheld, we got a mount plate, we got all sorts of goodies, but we have what's the coolest part, the M1 Race Series mobile radio. The way we were able to get all of this stuff is through our OnXing Off-Road's Elite Partnership Program. So if you guys have OnXing, make sure you're an Elite Partner because we get super awesome discounts with all these companies. That's enough talking. Now we're just gonna do some showing and some more talking. So you might notice that I have 5 wheels and I have 5 tires. Well, that's because we need a spare. You never know. So we may or may not be able to fit that spare under the truck, but we're definitely gonna try. If not, we'll just put it in the bed. We're gonna put all these half bolts in. These are accent bolts. These are fake bead locks.
Why?
Because you can't drive bead locks on the road. They're not DOT approved. We're gonna get this all unpackaged. I haven't even taken the time to look at all of my awesome lift kit stuff. So we've got a lot of stuff we got to unpack. So we'll put it all out on the blanket. I'd like to take a second and thank today's sponsor, OnXing Off-Road, for sponsoring this video, and not only sponsoring this video, but sponsoring this truck. OnXing Off-Road is dedicated to keeping you safe. With over 10,000 blue trails on their map system already, when you're out recreating, you can utilize their offline maps and stay safe. There are situations when you're out having fun with your friends and you might get lost. Get your offline maps ready so that whenever you're out in the open or in the wild, you can stay safe and find your way home. What I want to talk to you about is the OnXing Off-Road Black Friday 30% off sale. By clicking the link in the description below, using my code, you're going to save 30% off of your Elite membership today. Now, what's better than getting 30% off? By using the Black Friday sale and using my code today, we're going to make sure that you are on my truck. So we've dedicated a special spot on the tailgate. This tailgate is not getting wrapped. Well, it wasn't until today. So we're going to put a cling right here, and me and Adley are going to use a Sharpie and we're going to put your names right here. Exclusive only for our Black Friday 30% off sale. All right, so this is a 2-step process, so don't go anywhere. This is a very important piece of information. You're gonna notice in the description and in the pinned comment, there's 2 different links. Now, the first link is gonna take you to a website where you can get your Elite membership for 30% off. As soon as you sign up, come back to the pinned comment. There's a second link. You need to click that link and go and put your name and information in. That is what's gonna track who signs up today. It is date and time stamped so that I know that you used the Black Friday sale, and we're gonna put your name on this truck. So, as always, we appreciate every one of you. Let's get back to work.
Thanks guys.
Now that we got all the lift all unwrapped and sitting out pretty, we want to get the truck up on the hoist. Got the front set. Now let's do the back and go to the other side and do that one.
Ooh, easy. Silver getting old?
You're older than I am. By like 10 years.
Yeah.
Go up.
So I'm gonna go through and I'm gonna put a dab of Loctite on every single hole. Oh, don't do that. So anyway, control your Loctite, okay? All right, kids, don't let it drip everywhere. But I'm just gonna put it right here on the edge. I just dripped again. All right, I need a rag.
I'm getting all the wheels and tires off the truck so they're out of our way. We'll start installing this lift.
This lift gonna be this tall?
Hey, Robbie, it's gonna be that tall?
Yeah.
Safety first. Gotta grab the tripod moved in there and underneath the truck.
Just eat it. Protein.
What?
How was it?
Tastes like alfalfa and very dry, so I couldn't swallow it. I had to go spit it out.
There was no benefit to that. You didn't gain anything.
It's still stuck in my teeth.
Yeah,
I feel like Shrek.
Is Shrek and Eeyore, are they friends?
No, it's Donkey and
here.
Shrek.
Oh.
Okay, so we're going to start with the rear. And the instruction says block your front tires and use a hydraulic jack to pick up the back. We don't have to worry about that because we got a lift. Remove wheels. Got all wheels removed.
Don't read instructions!
Disconnect the 2 nuts for the brake hardware. We got to save those.
No one likes instructions! The internet doesn't like it!
Did you read the instructions to install those?
Yeah, this is terrible. I'm literally putting 150,000 bolts into these, and they're pointless.
They look good.
They'll never come out.
Removing the brake line hardware bracket. There.
Removed.
I'll put the nuts back in place so we don't lose them. There's one shock. Now that I got the shocks out, time to work on the U-bolts. Last U-bolt nut. Pull the old U-bolts out. Time to lower the axle down and get the block installed.
Literally after 100 bolts, I'm on my last 25. I'll get these all snug-a-dugged. Then we're gonna take these over to the tire machine and we're gonna make this 37-inch BF Goodrich all-terrain. And this method, super awesome blue wheel that I was able to get with my elite membership from OnXing Off-Road. We're gonna make them a unit.
Trying so hard to be so delicate so I don't scratch the powder coat. You know, we're gonna have to cut like a mile of these off before we can actually tighten them down.
So we're gonna grab some air, get this tire machine aired up. We'll get this wheel locked in and I'm gonna show you guys how to mount the car. First things first. Sensor. Just put a little bit of grease on this. I don't want a heck of a lot because I'm just trying to pull the valve stem in. I don't want to make a huge mess. This is my valve stemmer installation tool. Okay. Well guys, I went ahead and did it this time. I'm cutting the valve stem out because I ripped the freaking threads off. I don't even know how. Right as soon as the valve stem popped into place, it went kapunk and off with the threads. I'll show you in just a second after I expertly cut it. Right as I pulled it in, popped off all the threads. Luckily I didn't break the sensor, but I sent Steve to go to the GM dealer to go grab us a couple more valve stems. I just literally pulled that right off. Gosh. Round 2.
Don't break it.
Got it. Oh, I'm just that good. It always works on the second time. We want to lubricate the crap out of this tire. We want to make sure that we miss that sensor. It's too lubricated. It's a little bit slickery. So what you want to do is you want to set your duck head to not touch. I want my last spot to be right where the sensor is. Now, pull the valve stem core out. We can't get it to take air, so we're gonna try some other things. Yeah, back in the 70s, this is what we used to always do when you couldn't get a tire to air up. Back in the horse and buggy days.
Don't break the sensor.
You've never worked in tire shops. I've had to, so you learn all the tricks.
You learn something new every day. Good job, buddy, old pal.
Knew that trick before tire shops. Doing it when I was started doing tires with my dad.
Yeah, and if any of you have ever held a flashlight for your dad or tried to mount a tire for your dad,
Do it with him not looking, because it turns bad.
scary.
Come in here and just manhandled that tire.
Yeah, you know what? Not above it. Okay.
I just came in here and told Hillbilly that we needed a. Is it really called a bazooka?
A cheetah, bazooka.
A cheetah. And Hillbilly said, no, we don't. We didn't.
You know what? If Hillbilly can just kick a tire and make it take air, like he's just some Billy awesome, you know what? Who needs a brush when you got a hand, okay? We don't need to wait for Steve. I'm being a real man today.
One of the last thing for this lift is installing the shocks. And the lift on the rear will be done. You're excited to see what it's going to look like lifted?
Yeah. Excited to see if I can get in.
Short people life.
Not that sure.
Ah! I'll get those tightened and then I'll do the other side. But that looks dang good.
Ah, isn't that how he did it?
I feel like he kicked it really hard.
Yeah, he's like a horse. He came in like a monkey. He's like,
That is not a monkey.
Oh, yeah.
all right, don't touch it.
Close.
Go get him.
Going to get Hillbilly. Hillbilly, they can't get it.
Need help again?
Yep.
You look like a bunch of monkeys.
I got it started for you.
Yeah, we warmed it up for
They
you.
did the hard part.
Yeah, we got the hard part done.
Hard part's not even seated yet.
No, yeah, it is.
Close.
Now he's gonna take all the credit. See? See? I kicked it that hard. I did that. And if this works for you, I monkey kicked
Need
it.
lube.
How many guys did it take to put on a tire? Whoa.
See? That was because of me.
Oh, we did luber.
No, it was me. I lubed it. I did it. I think it's taking it.
It's garbage too.
But you're home, donkey! Yeah! For the record, Hillbilly, who did it?
We did. I'll take credit on the first one.
We did it.
I watched.
Hey, that's a team effort. Yay, that was really difficult.
Okay, I got the rear suspension lift done. Now I'm working on the front. First things first is take the weight off the torsion bars by loosening this nut. Where about comes out, and then start to disassemble the whole front end. Now I'm taking off the sway link, and then I'll take off the steering knuckle, and then start disassembling this whole outer piece on both sides. Now I'm gonna get the brake caliper off. So now there's no strain on the caliper or the brake lines. Now I gotta get the socket to pull the caliper bracket off. There we go. So on some of these vehicles, I've seen Phillips, I've seen fly heads, Torx, Allen heads, bolt, one of them that holds the caliper or the rotor onto the spindle. Not always do they like to come out, but luckily this is a brand new truck, so it came right out. Most of the time you're cutting them out. All it does is hold this in place and flush so you're not fighting it when you're putting the tire on. I never put them back in when I had to remove them. Now I gotta remove the big front CV axle nut. Now, the shock. Okay, now that should just pop off. Got it? Now the ABS sensor. That's probably the smoothest ones ever came out. Now working on the lower control arm ball joint. Now the upper. Don't want to take it all the way off, just so when you tap it loose, it doesn't, this whole knuckle doesn't fall on the ground. Now the lower control arm. Oh no. Stupid engineers. That's why I don't like engineers.
Why?
You have to pull one bolt to get the bolt I need out.
It's a big puzzle. Dude, let's just go for it.
Back to the instruction board.
Well, Hillbilly forgot skid plate, and you were figure it out.
And now I'll work on getting the CV axle out.
Well, only being 3 foot tall, I have to stand on this step stool. Hillbilly has a truck so high in the air. Whoa. Ready?
Yeah. Didn't move. Didn't move. Didn't move. Didn't move. Nope. 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 No.
I got it warm. You finish it. No. Nope. Nope.
It moved.
No.
Yeah.
Ready? Yep. Ooh. We gotta put tire and wheel number 1. Dun 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 dun.
Are you not helping?
No, of course not. I'm guiding.
Oh.
Let's just say that these new trucks are not designed for 17-inch wheels. Okay, I wanted a lot of tire and a little bit of wheel. I like 20s, but I didn't want to go like a 42-inch tire because then it would look good with 20s.
17s are the new 20s.
That's right. An 18 probably would have fit like perfect. We like to live life dangerously. So we went with a 17-inch, and we have a 16 3/4-inch brake system. So it's just whatever. All right, so here's a first look at our Method 17-inch, fully custom powder coated, fully awesome 37-inch tires on my 2024 Denali. So thank you, OnXing Off-Road, and thank all of you for doing this. Because without you guys, none of this would happen. You really should download the OnX Maps app, so you can save money on all these cool dilly-doos. Now that I've got this machine all set up, had to phone a friend, had to call my buddy Danny, because he used to operate these machines every single day for Discount Tire. So we got it all set up, we got everything calibrated. Now we're gonna balance it. That is a wobbling wheel. Something's messed up. I'm gonna reset it. That thing is wobbling. I see what it is. All right, so the front end is about to come out. I got put on hold because we don't have any wheel weights at Napa. So they'll be here in the morning and we will get that finished up. Very rusted differential for 5,000 miles. All right, look who just got here. She's gonna tell us a joke today.
Why did the banana go to the doctor?
Why did the banana go to the doctor's?
Yeah, because he wasn't feeling very good.
He wasn't feeling very good. That's a good one. Good job. Yeah, high five.
Why did the toilet paper roll down the hill?
Why did the toilet paper roll down the hill?
To get to the bottom.
That's too easy of a joke.
Hillbilly, what do you call water that's cold?
What do you call water that is cold?
Yeah,
I have no idea.
cold water.
I was going to say ice, but I would have been wrong.
Get back to it!
Okay. Oh, all right.
Well,
Lincoln, where are you?
Right here.
Right here.
What are you doing?
All right, so it is the next day, and we are going on a field trip. So we're
favorite rocket ship.
swimming through the sky. We got little Eeyore and Hillbilly and the boss. So we are headed to a local guy's house, one of my friends. We're gonna call him G. His actual name is Gerald. But anyway, Gerald just took delivery of a hypercar replica. So he has a replica hypercar that got delivered while we were at SEMA. Somebody back east in Detroit charged him $150,000 to build this car. They promised it done in 12 to 18 months. That was 10 years ago. Yeah.
12 to 18 months.
Yeah. So, I mean, I'm not good with time, but I know the difference between 120 months and 12. Anyway, we're gonna go take a look at this. It won't start. He's just ready to jump it off a cliff. Let us know if you guys want us to work on it, because if you don't, we're not working on it. I mean, this is up to you guys. If you want us to pass on it, we'll just keep doing the stuff that we're doing. All right, so we just got here. Now, at first sight, this thing kind of looks like a hypercar, but on further inspection, you can tell that it's just a fiberglass body replica car. Still really cool, but the reason we're here is it doesn't start. We don't know why, so we're gonna try to figure out how to get it started, and then we're gonna be taking it down to a warehouse where it's gonna get stored for the rest of its existence. Supposedly, it's got a built LS7 in it that should be pretty rowdy. So first off, I can tell that the door doesn't close, and it's all chipped up. Well, the door doesn't stay up either. Maybe that's race car themed. Let's jump in. Oh, maybe I need to take my boots off so my feet fit. Jeez. Okay.
Looking good.
So this showed up while we were at SEMA, and I actually had my friend Nick's dad come and help get it unloaded. They had to push it out of the transport. We don't know where the keys are at, so we're gonna try to hotwire it. Oh yeah. It does have a fire suppression system, so we're gonna stay away from that. I'm gonna break this terminal off. What I'm gonna have to do is actually just wire it to itself. Oh, Hillbilly, give me your little screwdriver. So if you ever wanna steal one of these cars, this is how you do it. All right, so supposedly there's a button somewhere that powers it up. All right, well, we're locked in. No power steering. No power steering, so I don't know. All right. Yeah, something's absolutely wrong with the clutch. This is so weird. Oh yeah, and look, it's cracked. Hey. I gotta shut it off. All right, so that was fun. It's time to get back to work. We made an executive decision. We're not working on it. It's gonna sit down there and rot until he sells us the engine out of it. Because whoever built that motor, top notch. That thing's got so much power. So anyway, we're gonna get back to the shop and we're gonna get that lift kit hopefully all the way installed. All right, just like that, it is the next, well, you already know it's the next day, but I'm back. I have weights and I have put 10 million weights on this wheel. I've never put so many weights on a wheel in my entire life. This is borderline ridiculous, but it is what it is. So I'm just gonna see which ones are the worst, and we'll put those on the rear and then make one a spare. Oh, it did it! We got it in! That actually worked. I am so absolutely impressed. Get it? No pun intended. I am impressed. I'll get the other 3 pressed in. Oh, much easier. You know what, guys?
Fell right in.
Glass cleaner, that's the trick. So next time you guys need to push in your bushings in your BDS suspension 5-inch lift kit, that's how you do it. All right, so this is the part that I've dreaded and I really hate.
Can you buy a new one?
Somebody's got to do it. No, I'm going to keep this piece. I have to cut a piece off, but I'm going to keep it. That way, if I ever decide to take my lift off, yeah. I don't like cutting anything like this. This is not my favorite thing in the world. Hate cutting things, but kind of have to because drive shaft's going to be there instead of here. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Oh, so this little piece, we're going to save this in our piggy bank in case we ever need to put it back. All right, so Hillbilly's going to be working on the front end. I'm going to be working on the front end. We're going to be working on the front end. Got brackets to put together. I got to put a ball joint in the upper control arm, and basically we've just got a lot of stuff to do. On this BDS lift kit, the lower control arm has a bracket, which is this bracket right here, that bolts here through the original mount location. Actually, that's upside down. That's much better. Aluminum bushings. Has this cast bracket. Goes right here. It mounts to the shock mount right there. Get the big humongous bolt there. Gets a little baby bolt here. And then you have your new torsion bar mount and you have your shock mount. This one goes here. So I'm going to work on getting these all bolted into place, mounted. Once we get the cross members in after the front differentials in, we can put these on, start putting our spindles together, and get this front end done. All right, so we're going to grab this and put it up into place. We've got brand new bolts with our BDS kit that Hillbilly's got all sorted out.
Oh, so you don't make me pick it up and hold it in place?
Yeah, you have muscles. I don't.
I thought we was both going to pick it up and put it in place and hold it.
No way. Okay, hold it. Hold it. Don't move. Hillbilly.
What?
You're doing great. So this is our relocation bracket. Okay, good. What this does is this actually re-angles your drive line so that your drive line angle is stock. So that puts your drive shaft right back where it is from the factory. Otherwise, if this was the same plane as it was originally, your drive shaft would be super screwed up. So BDS thought about everything. Okay, push. Up. One more.
Oh, crap.
Baby bump.
Huge bump. Oh, you got it. You got it.
Okay,
You got it.
now. Oh, no way. Oh, we got to go up.
You got to pry? Where's the pry bar? Got to clear.
This is exactly how you install bolts. Everybody, take note. That, keep going. One more, just one more, and I'm gonna whack-a-mole. That is how Hillbilly gets his merit badge. Yay! All right, so now that we've got this cross members in here, we'll get that all tightened up. Just want to make sure this suspension doesn't fall out. That ain't going nowhere. So I need to get a 3/4 inch. I'm going to tighten up this front bolt on the front differential. We'll get all these bolts tight. We'll get all the bolts tight on the other side. Then me and Colton are going to take and put the lower control arms, let them dangle. And then the upper control arms need to be changed and all sorts of fun stuff. These all cranky crank. Dang it. Nothing can be easy. I got to unconnect this so I don't break it. I get ahead of myself and I plug things in that are not ready for plug-in. Now we need to get the bolts up inside tight. So I've got that front differential tight. Hillbilly's just gonna double check the bolts up top, make sure they are tight, and then we're gonna start getting the control arms in.
Getting the upper mount for the front differential, make sure those bolts are tight.
Different size musical wrenches.
Yeah, they're acting like this is a Ford. 10,000 different sizes.
Hey, it's only the newer Fords that do that. And obviously now the newer Chevys.
So we'll get these all tightened up and differential will be done.
This control arm's a lot heavier with the added piece.
All right, so we got the passenger side in, driver side's going in. Hillbilly's got one more bolt to install. All we gotta do, washer, nut it.
And we don't want to tighten this up.
Yeah, so we've learned our lesson. We're gonna wait until we get it all together to fully finish getting things tightened. But this is starting to come together. I got a little problem. I gotta hurry and jump over to Texas real quick, but I'll be back before you even know it. So I'm gonna go to Texas and I'll be right back.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I would like to welcome you on the board of the highway.
All right, just like that, I'm back from Texas. So I had a super good time. We went and gave away the John Wayne Cancer Foundation truck, and then I flew to Tennessee for undisclosed reasons. You'll find out about that later. So we just got back. We're gonna work on getting the suspension hooked up. We're gonna do one side, then show you guys, and try to get this thing wrapped up today. So it's a lot of work to get done.
Okay, so I've got to grab the upper A-arm, the spindle, and the shock, and put it on that. I got the upper A-arm on the driver's side put in, the spindle on the driver's side put in, torsion bar on the driver's side put in. Now I just got to do the wheel bearing, rotor, the caliper, and a brake line, but it is coming along.
I'm gonna jump in here because the shock needs to be installed, and I've got to cut this splash shield, so I want to measure it out to make sure that we get it in the right spot. Not that it can't, but I just want to do it. So everything is together. The hub assembly, the spindle, the brakes on it, the extended brake line is on it. So we got a brand new braided stainless steel line that goes here. Once we get that done, we'll tighten the torsion bars, we'll bleed the brakes, and this sucker, this side will be done. We'll throw a wheel on. Oh, no we won't. We got to align it. So we're not going to tighten this one right here because we've got to adjust it. So you have to cut a big old hole for your shock reservoir. I think we did it right. I'm going to install this clip and screw up in here so that's not floppy, because I don't like floppy jalopy.
So in the instructions, it says you have to trim a 1/4 inch off this bottom corner of this oval, or this bottom loop of the oval, so that the torsion bar clears and doesn't rub on it. I already got the driver's side done, so now I'm working on the passenger side.
All right, so we are going to try to install this sucker.
There goes all the oil.
That's not good.
Just getting this bracket on. I don't know exactly what it's for or what it does, but it goes onto the torsion key. Perfect. Now, just gotta lower this down.
So now we got to do the impossible and install a nut and a washer on this bolt. Okay, that one's on. Now, this one is gonna be even funner. Okay, so now I gotta get the bolt in the back. We got our hose figured out, but now I'm gonna have to call Fox and figure out how to add more oil, and you really would have thought they'd have their hoses combobulated right. Apparently they don't. It says left and right.
They're left and rights backwards. I'm trying to work on the steering. They sent a tool that does this, but I stretched it trying to loosen the other side. So I went to a bigger tool, stronger tool.
The top is tight. Now the bottom I need way bigger. But since the top is tight, I can get that reservoir in place. So I'm gonna go grab the correct T-handle for these. These are the clamps that hold it to that upper bracket, and then I can tighten everything.
So I got the steering done on this side. Now I'm working on the drag link. Once I get this off, I'll put the CV axle in, bolt it up, put the new drag link on, and start building it up bottom to top.
After 5.5 hours, I have successfully installed a Fox Performance 2.5 shock with reservoirs. The measurements I think are a little shy, so I'm gonna trim about another inch off of this. Okay, now I just need to tighten the lower bolt on the shock, and this side is done except for aligning. All right, so aside from all the oil that I lost, I'm gonna have to figure that out. I'll call Fox, I'll get it figured out, no big deal. But this side is done. We've got it trimmed, Fox Shock 2.5 is installed, the BDS suspension lift kit is installed on this side, everything's back together. Now we just gotta work on the passenger side.
Both sides are towed out, so I'm trying to get them to where they're close to center. As close as I can get it with the eyeball to center, and then we can finish aligning it with the tape measure and the aligning tools.
Yeah, our buddies Fleep and Jeep, they sent us this a while back. We're gonna use it on my brand new truck. So thank you, Colt and Matt. Muchos appreciated. Finally, I've waited my whole life to use these. We're towed in about 1.5 inches. I think we need to turn your side out so that we can equalize them. And then whoever aligns it, we'll just have them redo it. But this way it'll at least drive. Hillbilly's gonna work his side out a little, and I'm gonna tell him when to stop. We're 73 1/8, and I am 72 7/8. So we want to be towed in 3/16 of an inch. A little bit more. All right, we're exactly 3/16 of an inch towed in. All right, so bleeding the brakes on my truck is a 3-person job. So we've got Demery inside, we've got Hillbilly at the reservoir, and I'm gonna open and close the bleeder. Are you ready, Hillbilly? Yeah. All right, Demery, pump it up.
I have to use both feet.
All right, so last but not least, the most important thing, we've got to put our decals on our lift. This is gonna go right there. Boom. Wheels are on. We're gonna get this on the ground, take it out and take a look at it. I think it's gonna look great. We might need to do some trimming. We'll get it outside first.
142.
All right, so we've got the lift kit done. Thank you, BDS, for helping us out with our OnXing Elite partnership. Method for the wheels, BFG for the tires, Fox Racing shocks. They're the 2.5s with reservoirs. We still got a winch. We still got rugged radios. We still got all sorts of stuff we got to put on this truck. We got a wrap that's being made right now. We can't wait to show you guys, but that's all we got time for. So as always, we appreciate you. If you enjoyed this video, go check out this one.
Magic.